So I'd like to think on paper, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a more qualified candidate. I'm going to take all of my skills and put them to work tackling the budget challenge that's faced by our district. I believe that we have significant hurdles and challenges that are faced by our students, and I believe that an entire generation is at stake. And we need to make good decisions about how to revitalize our schools, bring back integrity to the administrative process, and I'm going to take my skills and to apply them in those areas. I very much believe that we should not simply raise taxes as a way of generating revenue. And so I have a new three-pronged approach that I'll talk about a little bit more later that I have hopes will serve what we need and raise revenue without raising taxes. Thank you.
That was fast.
Yeah. Tough one to go out.
Yeah, 10 seconds left.
Hi, I'm John. Yeah, 10 seconds. Hi, I'm John Petrucci. I've lived in this community for 57 years. I graduated from Penn Hills in 1979, so that tells you how old I am. I graduated here when there was 1,500 students in Penn Hills. We came from that little old school up on top of the hill, and Ms. Thompson here was my teacher. My roots are deep here, and I have several rental properties. So I'm the last person in the world that wants to see this town go down. Okay? I banked all my money into this town. I bought properties in this town to subsidize my pension. And I'm retired from the sheriff's office. I was retired from law enforcement for 30 years. So my thing is that we need a watchdog. We need somebody that says, why? Why did we spend $100,000 on this? Or why did we spend $100,000 on that? We need somebody to do those ask those questions and let them get answered. We also need somebody that's going to stop the wasteful government spending. And we are spending a lot. There's a lot of things on that budget I looked over, folks, that there's a lot of waste on it. We need to actively seek new businesses. And I'm not just saying send them a letter in the mail and hopefully they return our message. We need to actually go to them and ask them, what's it going to take for you to move into our town? Is it going to take a tax abatement? Then we give you a tax abatement. Whatever it takes to get these businesses back into this town, we have to do. We have to get the tax basin back up, folks, because if we don't get the tax basin up, Mo Ryan said in the budget 3 times, we're not going to have anything. The fiscal problems that we're having at the end of the year are going to be that there's no tax basin, there's no revenue coming in. He actively says you have to go out and you have to search for new ventures, I think is the word he used. And I have the budget with me and I'll look, okay, to bring the budget back up. We have to get it back up. So that's my goal, okay, and hopefully that you'll vote for change come the 16th, next Tuesday, and we'll see what we can do. Now this isn't going to happen overnight either. So just because I get in there, this isn't going to happen just like this. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a couple years at least. But as long as we get on the right path and we get these things done and we all stick together as a community. Listen, this isn't a Democrat, Republican, black or white. This isn't because we're over here at Lincoln Park or I live in Rosedale. This is every person that's in this community. Every resident this affects. The water bills and sewage bills affect me and my tenants as much as they affect the people in this room right now. It affects everybody. We have to do something to stop the spending in this town. We're bleeding. This isn't 1979 when we had Lums and Lowe's and Grants and Gold Circle and this town was filled up with businesses and we were prospering like crazy. We don't have it anymore. We went from 60,000 people to 40,000 people. So what's that tell you? The tax basin's down. But why are we spending the money? Why are the people in this community that are what?
30 seconds left.
Why are the people in this community making so much money? I mean, we're spending money and we're employing people that like we're Monroeville. We're not Monroeville. So that's what we have to watch out for. Thank you.
I also should mention, I forgot, I got a text from Evelyn Herbert, who is also running for school board. She texted and said she was unable to make it tonight due to some issues she's dealing with. So there you have it. I did hear from the those three anyway. Next, I'm going to introduce you to Leonard Hammonds. Leonard, you get a minute to say who you are. You know, I'm very proud of this young man. He is doing so much for our community. So Tell us who you are, tell us what you do, and then we'll get this show on the road.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'll be very brief. My name is Leonard Hammonds II. I am the founder of Hammonds Initiative. And Hammonds Initiative is an initiative that focuses on our youth and service to community. I don't want to say community service because it's service to community. I spent 8 years in the Marines with service to our country. And I think that we need to also focus on service to community. So I'm dug in. My roots are here in Penn Hills. And today I look forward to talking with you candidates. I look forward to everyone here asking the questions that they need to ask. And I look forward to a great event. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, you're going to give us the ground rules and how we're going to run this.
And the ground rules for the day is each candidate will have 3 minutes to answer the questions that have been put together by different individuals. We will have certain questions for the school board as well as the council. And once again, you will have 3 minutes. If you go over your 3 minutes, Mrs. Shealy will let you know. And at that point, we will just continue to the next individual next. So if you go over your 3 minutes, you will be cut off. So we want to make sure that everyone understands the rules. We're here to play fair. We don't want to be ignorant, but we do have to be mindful of the time.
And this right here, just so you know, will be to Leonard 30 seconds. No, that's 30 seconds.
No, what we'll do is we'll jump around with the different candidates for council as well as for school board. Okay, today's first question. We already know about the different things that are going on at Woodland Hills High School. The first question here says, the security guard attacks a student. The staff does nothing. What would you do? And it says, name 3 things. And I will start with the first school board candidate, Mr. Wiggins.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Leonard. So, school guards are put in a position of responsibility and authority, and they go together. You can't exercise one without the other. And when you see someone acting outside of those boundary lines, it requires an intervention. And the idea is what we want to do is we want to not necessarily penalize people for the sake of penalizing, but we want to hopefully change behavior so that it does not repeat and occur again. So there's an administrative mechanism within the school system of which the board is supposed to provide oversight. And so what I would do is suggest working with the administration to find out the root cause of this problem. We're going to examine the employee's background, find out whether this is a isolated incident or if it's more representative of a disturbing pattern that needs to be addressed and handled more seriously. But we want to take everything on a case-by-case basis and not necessarily make a carte blanche, automatically this happened and you're out. We want to listen to both sides of the stories, but most importantly, we want our children to be able to feel safe and secure in their environment. And the security guards are there to do just that, to help the children, to empower them, and to keep them safe, not to attack them or otherwise engage in any kind of altercation. So what we want to do is we want to work with the administration, find out the procedures and mechanisms that are in place to handle this. We want to provide the oversight necessary to make sure that they are functioning properly. We want to address the root cause of this issue, find out what was behind it, again, whether it was isolated or an ongoing pattern. And then 3, we want to then change the behavior so that this doesn't happen again. And depending on what our investigation would reveal would determine how we would handle the circumstances. But most of all, we want to make sure, again, that our children feel safe and secure, and that's what the guards are there to do, not to otherwise make the children feel threatened. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Thompson, same